Okay. Slakia, let me get a 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. A 1 in the chat if you can hear me clearly. Okay. Checking. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. All right. Let's go to all right. Get this rocking and rolling. This class. All right. Got everything here. All right. Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahshua Rakatah to the brothers. Shalom. Yahweh Shemar Atham B'Shem Yahshua to the sisters. It's priest and officer Paratazar out of Yonkers, New York, holding the class down for a priest and officer of 500 Sha'al. This is Wednesday, so this is Wednesday's law class. Let's first clap it up for the Most High God. And also clap it up. This is Wednesday class, so it teach so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is the law class, so we're going to teach you law according to the Bible. So let's clap it up. Hold on, Salakia. Tuesdays he comes on. I think Thursday. Yeah, Tuesdays and Thursdays. He said. All right. Salakia for that. All right. This is the ISUPK. Start off with 1 West 125th Street under Commander Engineer Johanna. And since 1969, we've been teaching so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We are the chosen people of this Bible. We are the chosen people of this Bible. I know Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we cannot fathom, we cannot believe that we could be the chosen people of the Bible. We could be the people, you know what I'm saying, the 12 tribes of Israel. So-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians is the Israelites. Is the Israelites of the Bible. This Bible is not written to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Our oppressor have been lying to us. The people that's over us, the people, you know what I'm saying, faces that's on the money of the, you know what I'm saying, of this kingdom, they have been lying to us. They gave us slave master doctrine. They gave us white Jesus doctrine. Who taught you this Bible? Your slave master? Our slave master? The molester taught us the Bible. The rapist taught us the Bible. You know what I'm saying? We're right here, and they taught us that, hey, you know what I'm saying? When you die, we would get the pie in the sky, but still be the slave underneath me. That's what they taught us. And we've been, you know what I'm saying? We've been beat down so long, we learn helplessness. We learn how to be helpless, folded up in a corner. You know what I'm saying? Follow everything that this perverted bully does. And everything what he said we would go. Before all their wars. You know what I'm saying? We did everything for this country. What did this country do for us? Nothing but lie and rape and molest us. And we want to get molested more because we learn helplessness. But not since 1969 when ISUPK. That's why we've been teaching our people the Bible. Who are we according to the Bible? How the hell your name is Jonathan King? How the hell your name is Aaron Jackson? How the hell your name is Is Luis Rodriguez. Huh? John Claude. That's, you know what I'm saying? Dexter Fitzgerald. How is this possible? Huh? Because we still wearing our slave master names on our backs, the way that he branded it on us. But we're going to go right in, because this is what it says right here in the Bible. We're going to go, if everybody, you know what I'm saying, get their pencil and paper, get their Bibles ready, and we're going to go in. We're going to start off with the bedrock. We're going to start off with Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Because they think this Bible is written to everybody. This is the book of Deuteronomy, the second law. You know? So we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. You know what I'm saying? This is Moses talking to his brothers and sisters. Right after slavery, right after Egypt. They're in the wilderness. The Most High God had gave these laws, statutes, and commandments to our brother Moses. To our brother Moses. And he was showing, and he knew that, you know what I'm saying, the Israelites had been destroyed. Had learned helplessness. Now we got to get pulled up. You know what I'm saying? And get that strength back. You know what I'm saying? From the Most High God. Knowing that the Most High God is with the 12 tribes of Israel. And this is what he had to remind his brothers and sisters this. This is Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. Let's read this right here. For thou art a holy people unto the Most High thy power. The Most High thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people that are upon the face of the earth. Did your Christian church teach you that? Did your Muslim mosque teach you that? Did your local church teach you that? Did your Seventh-day Adventists teach you that? Huh? This is the book of Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? This is what the same book that, you know what I'm saying, that you call, his name is Yahweh Shah, but you call him Jesus Christ. That's the same book that he read. The same scripture that he read. He read this. He read this right here. We're going to go back. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. It said, let me see. For thou art a holy people. What does the holy means? A holy people, not you running up and down the aisle, gyrating while your wig is falling off. Blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? Shaking and gyrating, tap dancing. That's what, you know what I'm saying? That's what you see holy. No, holy is Kodash in the Hebrew. Means the separate. That's what it means. Holy means separate. It says that you are a holy people, a separate people. We just came out of slavery. And our brother Moses, a Levite brother, a so-called Haitian brother, had to remind his brothers and sisters that we are a holy people. I know that we just came out of slavery. I know that you see your mother strung out on drugs. I know that you see your brother, you know what I'm saying, your brother getting shot 2 days ago. I know that you're stepping over your drunk uncle. I know that you're seeing your sister, you know what I'm saying, on the pole, becoming a whore. I know you see this. But let me remind you that that's not us. That's not us. We are a, you know what I'm saying, that are a holy people. Israel, so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians. We are a holy people. Our brother Moses, you know what I'm saying, had to remind us this. Because we think that we could, you know what I'm saying, we think that we part of this society right here. Holy means separate. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are a separate people. We are a separate, you know what I'm saying? Say we are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. Unto the Lord thy God. What Lord? We're talking about that, you know what I'm saying? The Most High right here. The Bible. We're talking about the Lord of the Bible. The God of the Bible. That's what we're talking about. You know what I'm saying? There's no Allah here. It's the Most High God. He's, you know what I'm saying? Moses, this is what the Most High God had told our brother Moses, so-called Haitian, a Levite, to remind us that we are a holy people unto him. We forgot about that. We want to do the things that we want to do. We don't want to be holy. We want, you know what I'm saying? We want to run amok like the rest of these nations, these filthy heathens, these shaved monkeys out here. We want to follow the philosophy of these shaved monkeys. We want to follow the philosophy of white Jesus doctrine. We want to follow the philosophy of slave master doctrine, but not the Bible. We don't want to follow the doctrine of the Bible. This is what ISUPK have teaching our brothers and sisters the truth about the Bible. Who are you? So-called black, so-called Hispanic, so-called American Indians. Who are you? I don't know who you are. Your name is Aaron Jackson. You don't look like an Aaron Jackson. You got an English name. I guess you're related to the Queen of England? The King of England? Huh? So this is what it says right here. To let you know that the Most High God is only dealing with one nation of people. One nation of people. Not everybody. One nation of people. One. And that's the 12 tribes of Israel. Period. Period. It says it right here. For that are a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God had chosen thee to be a special people. The Lord thy God had chosen you, so-called black, had chosen you, so-called Native American Indian, had chosen you, so-called Hispanic, had chosen the 12 tribes of Israel to be a special people unto himself, unto whomself, the Most High God's self. We are holy people, a separate people. We are a special people unto the Most High God. We're God, the God of this Bible. Who was in the wilderness with us, huh? When Moses was talking about this. Who was in the wilderness? Was the Egyptian in the wilderness with us? The Ammonites? The Moabites? The Canaanites? Let me know. This is Moses talking to his brothers and sisters. That's what's going on. And to remind them, you know what I'm saying, that we are let me see right here. The Lord thy God had chosen thee, had chosen us, you, to be a special people unto himself. Unto himself. It also says it right here. Above all people. Above all people that are upon the face of the earth. That's what it says. It says that right there. That's what it says. We got to get reminded. We got to get reminded of this because we want to follow all the philosophies. We want to do everything that, you know what I'm saying, our slave master says. This past Monday, Memorial Day. What the hell a goddamn slave is talking about Memorial Day and celebrating Memorial Day? Huh? A slave. I guess you're going to follow everything what your slave master says, huh? Week before that, you celebrated Mother's Day. You prop your mothers up as God. And if you didn't get a gift, you feel, oh man, I didn't get a gift for my God. You raise her up over the God of this Bible. Yes, you did, because you did not think about raising, you know what I'm saying? You did not think about, you know what I'm saying, the Most High God in this Bible. No, you thought about your mother. Because you know who said so? Your slave master said so. The shaved monkeys. The snow roaches. They told you on this day, at this time, you would celebrate your mother and you would love it. Yeah, that's what happened. That's exactly what happened. And look us, following suit. Following suit. We just, you know what I'm saying? We're in slavery. It's the same thing that was happening to the Israelites that was in Egypt. This is modern day in Egypt right here. Anything goes. Whatever our slave master says goes. Celebrate the 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? The independence of the United States. 1776. Yo, what was your people doing in 1776? Oh, yo, you was underneath the boot heel of your slave master. You was getting raped and molested by your slave master. Now your grandkids is celebrating with your slave master. Celebrating with the molester. Come on. Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. This is what we forgot. We got to get reminded this. Read that scripture, Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. That's Deuteronomy right there. You know who read that? Jesus Christ read that too. So he must have knew the Israelites was a special people, was a holy people, was chosen by the Most High God. He read that too. But he came from, but your Christian church, your Catholic church, you know what I'm saying, your Muslim, or any other place, said that he came from everybody. You know who always said Jesus came from everybody? The rapists. The rapist, the molester, the slave master. He would give you the white Jesus doctrine. Not only he set himself as God, he set himself as God's chosen people, and it happens he looked like that picture that he gave you. He gave us. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, huh? And he set himself as your Messiah. That's what he did. That's what he did. And he's saying everybody can get into the kingdom of heaven. What heaven? You raped me 2 days ago. I'm going to heaven with you? You enslaved my mother. You enslaved my father. You enslaved my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? My uncles, my aunts. You did everything. And I still got to die and we go to the same heaven, huh? That's what happened to Blacks and Hispanics and Native American Indians. That's what happened. Oh, I see a brother, you know what I'm saying? I see a brother in the chat. Apatazah, Shalom. See you in the chat. What's going on? So this for blacks and so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians. How long do we want to go through this, huh? We want to do what we want to do. We're gonna go, and I'm gonna because this is the things that we have to learn according to the Bible. We have to start, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on according to the Bible. Who are we according to the Bible? Because we cannot learn this Bible by our slave masters. We can't. You can't learn this Bible by, you know what I'm saying, by people who learn from our slave master. Guess what they're gonna push? Slave master doctrine. That's what they're gonna do. White Jesus doctrine. That's what he's gonna do. God came for everybody. That doctrine. You know who said God came for everybody? A rapist would say it. And teach us would say the same thing. A goddamn rapist. And we're gonna follow suit. You wanna drop that. And we're gonna go to we're gonna stay in Deuteronomy just a little bit longer. We're gonna go to Deuteronomy chapter 27 and 1. Chapter 27 and 1. Deuteronomy chapter 27 and 1. There we go. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses with the elders of Israel commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. So Moses got his brothers and sisters together. You know what I'm saying? His brothers. To let them, you know what I'm saying? To let them know, you know what I'm saying, with the elders. You know what I'm saying? Of the elders of Israel. Who? The elders of Israel. Was anybody else out there with us? The law, statutes, and commandments was only given to the 12 tribes of Israel, the chosen people of God. Not everybody else. Not everybody. This book is not written to everybody. This is our constitution. This is our moral compass. There's no moral compass when it comes to this kingdom right here. No moral compass at all. There's no guidelines. There's no anything. It's an open-ended invitation for everything. That's why, you know what I'm saying, our slave master got us to believe that my father could become my mother now. And my mother could become my father now. And my son could become my daughter. And my daughter could become my son. And if I challenge that, I'll be ostracized. I'll be hated. And I'm going to get into that scripture. I'll be hated. But I'm only talking to, you know what I'm saying, whosoever, my people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's who I'm talking to. And that's who Moses is talking to. We're going to read this from the top. Deuteronomy chapter 27, verse 1. And Moses, with the elders of Israel, commanded the people, saying, keep all the commandments which I command you this day. That's what he said. Keep all the commandments which I command you this day. This is our moral compass coming into play. We have to be commanded to make sure that we keep the Most High God's law, statute, commandments. Or we're going to go off. Or we're going to start agreeing with other philosophies. Whatever make me feel good, whatever make me calm. Whoever, you know what I'm saying? Whoever make me feel good. Huh? You're weak. You're weak in your flesh. Whatever make me feel good, so I'm willing to compromise. We willing to compromise. So I'm willing, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you know what I'm saying? My friend, his wife look good. His wife look real good. You know what I'm saying? So because I feel that way, that makes it right. And I can lust over his wife. I'm a weak bastard. I'm a goddamn weak bastard. That's who I am. And the law, statute, commandments say that we ain't allowed to do it. We're going to go into that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here to remind so-called blacks, so-called Native American Indians, so-called Hispanics that this Bible is not written to everybody. It's not at all. It's only written to the 12 tribes of Israel, which is today so-called blacks, so-called Native American Indians, so-called Hispanics. That's who this Bible is written to. You know what I mean? So we're going to go to 28, verse 1. I'll let you know how special that we are. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Let me see here. Let me before I do that. Yeah, let me go there. That's right. 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command you this day, that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. You hear that, blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians? I'm going to break it down line by line. But this is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 1. Oh, this is the Old Testament. No, this is what Jesus Christ was reading. He read this. He read this. Jesus Christ read this. Yahushua in the Hebrew. He read this. He read Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6, Deuteronomy chapter 27 and 1, and Deuteronomy chapter 28 and 1. He know this. He know how special the Israelites are. He know how holy the Israelites are. He know this because this was his people. This is his people. And we're gonna go to Matthew's chapter, you know what I'm saying? With Matthew's 1 and 21. In the New Testament. Listen, let's read what Jesus Christ read, because it wasn't the book of Matthew's when Christ was walking on the scene. It wasn't no book of John when Christ was walking on the scene. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no John 3:16 when Christ was walking on the scene. No, it was this. This is the so-called Old Testament. That's what he was reading. That's what he was learning, and that's what he was teaching. He was teaching the Old Testament. That's it. That's what he was teaching. And he taught this. Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, we are stiff-necked and hard-headed. That's what we are. And Christ came on the scene to remind us of this, how special that the Israelites are. And this is what the Most High God has said if we follow the Lord's statute commandments. And it shall come to pass, this will happen for the Israelites, not everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Only the 12 tribes of Israel. This will happen. It shall come to pass. If thou shalt hearken, should listen diligently, listen hard, listen with eager, unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments. To observe, to look at, and to do all his commandments. All his commandments, which I command thee this day, which Moses commanded us this day. He's talking to nothing but Israelites, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American, and so-called blacks. That's what he's talking to, his people, his brothers and sisters, his kindred. This is what he's talking about. Let me see. I command you this day that the Lord thy God will set the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel. The Lord thy God will set the 12 tribes of Israel on high. He will set the 12 tribes of Israel, who are the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, will set thee on high above all nations. Above you, we be set on high if we listen to the Most High God. If we follow his law, statute, commandments, we'll be set on high above all nations. And this is the period right here of the earth. All nations that's on the earth right now. We're supposed to be over all of them. We're supposed to be over all of them. Because if we follow his law, statute, commandments, the Most High God said we're going to be set on high above all nations upon the face of the earth. That's what the Bible says. That don't sound like, you know what I'm saying? That don't sound he's not talking. It don't sound like that he's talking to everybody. He's only talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. That's who he's talking to. But the rape is going to tell you that he's talking to everybody. God loves everybody. It doesn't say it right here. It doesn't say it right here. Who also read the Old Testament? You know what I'm saying? Who read the Old Testament? Yahushua, Jesus Christ. He read the Old Testament. So I guess you better than Yahushua? You better than Jesus? You know what I'm saying? Local Christian church? No. This is what he was teaching. He was teaching the Old Testament. It wasn't no book of Matthews. It wasn't no 1 Corinthians. It wasn't none of that stuff. He was teaching this to his brothers and sisters. Same way Moses was teaching this to his brothers and sisters, because we just came out of slavery. We just came out of slavery, and we have to be reminded how special that we are. How special that we are. I'm gonna drop down to verse. I'm gonna drop down to verse 2. And all these blessings shall come upon thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt listen, hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God. So if we listen to the voice, you know what I'm saying, the Most High God, you know what I'm saying, all these blessings will overtake the 12 tribes of Israel. All of them. All these blessings will overtake us if we listen. I'm going to read a couple of these blessings. It says it right here. Verse 3. Blessed thou shalt be in the city, and blessed thou shalt be in the field. Think about that, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. If we follow the Most High God, if we follow his law, statute, commandments, and we understand that we are Israelites, and we have a moral compass. We have, you know what I'm saying, we have protocol. We have the law, statute, command. We have our constitutions. If we follow, you know what I'm saying, and we the only people that have been chosen by the living God. We'd be blessed in the cities. Look around your neighborhood, blacks, Hispanics, Native Americans. Do we look blessed? You know what I'm saying? Looking in the country. Do we look blessed in the country? If you follow the law, statute, commandments. Let me read a couple of things, because I'm talking about the commandments. But I'm going to give you a reminder of the things of what the commandment does. You know what I'm saying? Oh, what it is. Because I'm talking about the law, statute, commandment. Where can you find the commandments at? In the Old Testament. And Jesus Christ have been talking about this too. He's been talking about this. I'm gonna go to the New Testament. I'm going to the New Testament. Let me read one commandment. We're gonna go to Leviticus. Go to Leviticus chapter. Let me see here. Let's go right here. Let's go to Leviticus. If I can find it. Leviticus chapter 19. Not mistaken, blah, blah, blah. Okay, yeah, let me get Leviticus chapter 19, I think verse 20, if I'm not mistaken. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 20. But this is only for, I'm only speaking to blacks, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's what I'm talking to. Let me see, no, I don't want that. Let me see here. Here we go. Let me get Leviticus chapter, we're going to go to Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. These are the laws, these are the commandments that, the Most High God gave to Moses to give to his brothers and sisters, his people, the 12 tribes of Israel. And then let's read one of these easy, you know what I'm saying? These is easy to do, it's not hard to do. But we don't know that we're breaking these commandments because we want to follow our oppressor ways. His ways is not our ways. The slave master ways is not our ways. The rapist ways is not our ways. These snow roaches ways is not our ways. These shaved monkeys ways is not our ways. These other nation ways is not our ways at all. The only way that so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians have, the only way that we have is the law, statute, commandments, the Holy Bible. The ways of our ancestors. Let's read something that Yahweh, Jesus Christ, that the world calls him. Let's read one of these laws, these commandments. This is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Did you listen to that, blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians? Do you understand what I just read? I'm letting you know what's written for, what I'm saying? This is old news because we was doing it back then. We was hard-headed back then. We was hard-headed back then. The Most High God, and this is our law. We're not allowed to do this. And I'm going to read it again. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. We ain't supposed to mark up our skins, cut our skins, get a knife and cut our skin, or get a brand and brand our skins the way these fraternities, these black, black Greeks, I don't know what the hell that is, black Greek fraternity, that they will brand, they mark on us. Oh, just like what our rapists did, just like what the slave master did. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly like our slave master did. Branded his mark on us. Oh, that's missing. I see that. You know what I'm saying? That buck right there. Oh, that's Mr. Charlie's plantation. Oh, I see that mark right there. Oh, that's the king's plantation. Yeah, that's the king's. That's the king's mark right there. That's his plantation. Oh, okay. Oh, that's Johnson. That's the mark of the Johnson. That's his property. That's the Johnson's plantation. Now we do it. Now we do it on automatic pilot right now because we learned helplessness. We learned to follow our slave master. But it says it right here. We're not allowed to do it. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead. Oh man, for the dead. Nor print any markings upon you. Oh, for the dead, huh? You know what I'm saying? RAP, you know what I'm saying? To the dead homie? Huh? His name, you got a tattoo on your neck? You know what I'm saying? Her name got a tattoo on your arm. We're not allowed to do that, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's not our culture. That's not our culture. It says it right here in the Bible. We're not allowed to have tattoos. We're not allowed to get branded. We're not allowed to mark or cut up our goddamn skin. You know why? Because we are holy people. We God's chosen. The God's chosen don't do that at all. We don't do that. And that's a commandment. That's the commandment. That's the small commandment. So now I say to you, I just read the law. I just read the commandment. It's time to stop. No more tattoos. No more getting branded. No more celebrating the dead and putting it and marking it on your back or on your shoulder or on your leg or whatever. We're not allowed to do that because we are a holy nation of people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's what the Most High God says. Let's go back to these blessings. If we don't print on our skin, look what would just happen. It say Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 2. Chapter 28, verse 3. Blessed shall that be in the city. Oh, we will be blessed in those cities. We will be blessed. And blessed shall that be in the field. Oh, you mean that I don't have to, you know what I'm saying? I don't make no cuttings in my skin. I start following the Lord's statute commandments and getting back to the, you know what I'm saying, getting back to our Most High God to understand who I am. And I'm not allowed to take on the traits of my slave master, take on the traits of these other nations. It says, blessed that, you know what I'm saying? And then I follow the Lord's statute commandments. It says, blessed shall that we be in the city, and blessed shall that be in the field. Verse Salakia. Let me see this right here, if I'm not mistaken. Here we go right here. All right. We're going to go to verse. Let me see here, because I want to get through this quick. Let me see, verse 4. Let me see here. Got it right here. Give me a second, Salakia. Here you go. We're going to go to verse 5. It says right here. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 5. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Our basket would be blessed. What we have, where we put stuff on, we're going to have, you know what I'm saying, just abundance of what's going in the basket. And if we open up the store, our store would be blessed. We have to be in abundance because we followed the Lord's statute commandments. We found what the Most High God had told us. If we follow the Lord's statute commandment, all these blessings should overtake us. Everything that we do, we will be blessed. Everything that we do, we will be blessed because we know that we're God's chosen people. We know that we follow the Lord's statute commandment. We listen to the Most High God. We listen to our brother Moses. These things in order. Say, blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. That's what it says right here. Say let's go to verse 6. Blessed shalt thou be with blessed shalt thou be when thy cometh in, and blessed shall thou be when thy goeth out. Hey, if we come inside the house, we bless. If we go outside the house, we bless. Wherever we go, we're going to be blessed. We bless coming in and we bless going out. If we follow the Lord's statute commandments. That's what the Most High God says. These blessings will overtake the 12 tribes of Israel, or so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. This is what happens if we follow the Lord's statute commandments. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't think it's about time for us to not follow behind our slave master. So not doing it what our slave master say do, and for us to start coming together under, you know what I'm saying, under the umbrella of the Most High God. Don't you want to get out of this slavery, this captivity? You know what I'm saying? This kingdom, this wicked kingdom, have tried to sexualize our goddamn kids. We're being immoral. We're selling drugs to each other. We're killing each other over crumbs, over nothing. Getting tattoos all over our goddamn face because we want to be like our oppressor. It says it right there in Deuteronomy. What is that? 19 and 28. We're not allowed to do that stuff. Let them filthy bastards do that. Why? You know what I'm saying? Why we teach the nations not to do that. He said, so verse 6. Blessed thou shalt be when thy cometh in, and blessed thou shalt be when thy goeth out. We want to be blessed. You know what I'm saying? We're going to and fro, whatever we go. We're going to be blessed every goddamn time. Verse 7. The Lord shall cause thee enemies. The Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before thee several ways. Did you hear that, blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians? Talking about our enemies. We have enemies. Blacks, Hispanics, and American. This is what Yahushua, Jesus Christ, he read this. He read this, and he knew about this. If we follow the law, statute, commandments. And that's what he was trying to pull us back into. But we want to be hard-headed. Verse 7, it said the Lord shall cause thy enemy. The Lord shall cause thy enemy that rise against thee to be smitten, to be cut off, to be smitten. We be protected because we follow the law, statute, commandment, the Most High God, our power. Before thy face, right in front of our face. They can't rise up against us. We God's chosen. They can't rise up against us. We are holy people. They can't rise up against us. We follow the law, statute, commandments. Our living God is protecting us. The way he took us out of Egypt. We follow the law, statute, commandments. And he's going to smite our enemies right in our face. Right? That's what he did to the Egyptians. Right in front of Moses' face. Right in front of Moses' face, he done smited all their firstborns. Right in front of their face. You don't think the Most High God could do it again? That's what it says. It said, enemies, it said, the Lord shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way and flee before you or thee several ways. They're going to come against us one way, but guess what? They're going to be they're going to get smitten so goddamn bad, they're just going to flee whatever way going. They're just going to run away. They're going to come decently in order, and they're going to leave out smiting. And not decently in order anymore. They running this way, that way, just to get away from God's chosen. That's what it says. That's what it says in the Bible. This is what Yahushua was talking. We're going to drop down to 12. The Lord shall, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 12. Let's see here. All right. Chapter 28, verse 12. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure. You know what I'm saying? It said, the Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heavens, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the works of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. You listen to that, Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians? You heard what it says right here in verse 12, Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 12. This is when we follow his law, statute, commandments. This is where we don't get no goddamn tattoos on our face or branded on our face. We stop doing that. The Most High God will come back to his people. This is where we are right here. It says it right here. We follow his law, statute, commandments. It says this right here. The Lord shall open unto thee, you, his good treasures. His good treasures. The Most High God treasures. The heavens. It said the heavens to give the rain unto thy land. You know what I mean? Whatever we throw in our field, it's just going to flourish. When we put seeds, we throw seeds out, it's just going to flourish. Because the Most High God gave us the treasures from heaven. The rain's coming down and flourish all the greenery. It said, blessed thou shalt be in the city, and blessed thou shalt be in the field. That's what it says. See here? And in his season, and in his season, because the Most High God controls the seasons. And the blessings, and the bless all the works of thy hand. Our hands, whatever we're going to do, we're going to be blessed. Whatever blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians do, if we follow the Lord's statute commandments, if we come back to the Most High God, we understand who we are in the Bible, our hand going to be blessed. The Most High going to do this. If we follow the Lord's statute commandments, no more tattoos. That's what we have to do. So don't get no tattoos. All right? Let me see here. All right. And thou shalt lend unto many nations. Oh, we will be the lenders to the many nations. Because look at us now. We have to go to other nations to get money. Huh? Puerto Rico? Dominican Republic? Haiti? We have to go to other nations to get money. That's a curse. We're supposed to lend out money to these other nations. Because we're going to show them how to do right according to the Most High God. We God's chosen. We the holy people. We show them how to live. We show them how to live. It says right here, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. We don't got to borrow a goddamn thing from nobody. Because we got the Most High God. He give us everything. Our hand is blessed. If we going in, we being blessed. If we coming out, we being blessed. If our enemies rise up against us, they're going to be smited right in front of our face. We being blessed by the Most High God. We don't need anything. We only need, you know what I'm saying? We only need our Most High God. That's all we need. That's all we need, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. But we want to go out and get tattoos on our face. We want to go out and follow and get branded on our backs. And worship and put tattoos on our skin, talking about RAP. That's not what we do in Israel. You know, and you know who wrote this? You know who read that? Yahushua. Jesus Christ, he read the same thing. He read this right here. And we're just gonna go drop down to 13. Salakia. Verse 13. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 13. And the Lord shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken unto the commandments of the Lord thy God, which I command thee this day, to observe and to do them. You hear what it says in verse 13? I'm going to read it again. And the Lord shall make thee Israelites the head. We shall be the head. 12 tribes of Israel. This what Jesus was reading this. He was reading this. Israel shall be the head. The Most High going to make it that way. And not the tail. We should not be in the back. We should not be in the back. We will always be the head and not the tail. These other nations are the tail. We are the lenders and they are the borrowers. This is what the Most High God says to Israel. He only talking to Israel. He's not talking to no other goddamn nation. He only talking to the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. That's who we are. We are the Israelites. It says right here, the Lord shall make the Israelites the head, the Israelites, and not the tail, the Israelites, and thou shalt be above only. We supposed to be above only. It said the Israelites supposed to be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. We ain't supposed to be beneath at all. We have the Most High God on our side. We ain't supposed to be beneath, but look outside. Look outside, blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. Look on Warburton. Look on Ravine. They gentrifying Ravine right now. Woodworth, Warburton, Ashburton, Cottage, Hawthorne, Ludlow, Riverdale, Park Avenue. What's going on? Lake, Morningside, Orchard. You know what's going on in Yonkers? I know what's going on. Look over there. We all beneath other nations. We aren't supposed to be doing that. We aren't supposed to be beneath. We have the only living God. But we want to follow suit. We want to follow these snow roaches, our oppressor. And just put tattoos on our body. Oh, it don't mean anything. The Most High God said, yes, it does. Because we're not allowed to do it at all. We're holy people. That's what we are. We are holy people. Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians. That's what we are. We ain't supposed to be beneath. If thou, now if we, you know what I'm saying? Now this is, we ain't supposed to, let me see here. We're supposed to be above only. And thou shalt not be beneath. If thou hearken, if we listen unto the commandments of the Lord God, that's our power. If we listen to his commandments, God's commandments, which I command ye this day to observe and to do all of them, all of the commandments. That's it right there. But we want to do what we want to do. That's not what, you know what I'm saying? That's not what Yahushua Jesus Christ was teaching. He read this. He read this right here. And he read, my people is a special people. My people is a holy people. And he was given, and he was sent to only the Israelites. Oh, yes. Yes, he was. He was only sent to the Israelites. You know what I mean? And we're gonna start it off like that. We're gonna start it off like that. We're gonna go to Matthews. We're gonna go right into the the New Testament. And we're gonna get back to these laws. But let's listen to what Yahushua. Let's listen to what he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen to him. Let's see what he was saying. All right. All right. We're gonna go to Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Because this is for blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. We have to understand that Jesus Christ did not come for everybody. He did not come for everybody. I know it's hard for you to believe because the slave master doctrine, the white Jesus doctrine, got to believe that he came for everybody. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because I just read who the Bible was written to. He read the same thing. It wasn't no book of Matthews. It wasn't no book of Luke. It wasn't no, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't no Acts. It wasn't Romans. He was reading the Bible, the Tanakh. That's what he was reading. All right. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Scroll to Matthew 15 and 24. All right? This was Yahweh Shai, you know what I'm saying? To let you know he didn't come for everybody. And this is right out of his mouth. Jesus Christ. This is what he said. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. Let me see here. Let me see. Here we go, right here. Here we go. Matthew chapter 15, verse 24. But he answered and said, now Yahweh, you know what I'm saying? Let me go up to get some contact. Let me see. Behold, a woman of Canaan. All right. Let me see here. There we go. This year. I'm gonna give you some context on this. Now we're talking about Yahweh coming for his people. Let's go to Okay, here we go. Verse 22. Let's go to Matthew. We're going to start off Matthew chapter 15, verse 22. And it says, Behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord. Now, this woman of Canaan, this is, you know what I'm saying? This is a woman of Canaan. You know what I mean? We could read. She wasn't a Canaanite woman. She was, you know what I'm saying? She was Ephesian, so this was a so-called Edomite. This is an Edomite. This is an Edomite right here. So-called European right here. And she cried out to Yahweh. She called him Lord. That's what she did. She called him Lord. I'm going to read that right. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him. Who is him? Yahweh. And saying, Have mercy on me, O Lord. Oh Lord. She calling Yahweh Lord. Thou son of David. Thou who? Thou son of David. That beat every, you know what I'm saying? That beat, we're talking about the Immaculate Conception or the virgin birth. No, how can you be the son of David? How? If you don't got no lineage. How is that possible? How is that possible? David worked on the earth. How can you be the son of David? That means you had to be an ancestor of David. And the lineage go through the male line, not through the female line. So she said, Oh Lord, thou son of David, my daughter is grieving, vexed with a devil. So her daughter is being possessed by a devil, is vexed with a devil. Verse 23. But he answered her not. Who is he? Jesus Christ. But he answered her not. He didn't answer her. He's not even talking to her. He don't care that she's been vexed. He don't care about her daughter. But he answered her not. He answered her not a word. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, Send her away. Even the 12 were telling, you know what I'm saying? They're talking to their master, Jesus Christ, and they telling him to send this woman away. That's what they're saying. They say, send this woman away. And Christ not even answering them. You know what I'm saying? Saying, send her away, for she cried after us. Before she went to Yahweh, she came to the brothers. You know what I'm saying? A woman of Canaan, not an Israelite. Not an Israelite woman. No. You know what I'm saying? She came, you know what I'm saying, crying first to, you know what I'm saying, to the brothers, to the Israelites, to the 12 tribes of Israel. Then she came crying after us. Verse 24, this is it right here. But he answered and said, now he told her this. He answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's what he said to him. He said that. Who is the lost sheep? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. We are the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know why we lost? Because we're following our slave master doctrine. We're following white Jesus doctrine. And Christ, a great teacher, our king, came on the scene and to let us know to come back to the Lord's statute commandments. Because he knew, he read in Deuteronomy 7 and 6, Deuteronomy 28 and 1, and all the blessings. If we listen to the Most High God and follow the Lord's statute commandments, we are be a blessed nation. He knew this. He read this. He read this. And he told this woman, saying, I'm not sitting here, but then to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You ain't lost. I don't know who you are. I came from my people. Oh, son. Oh, wait, what she said? What she says right here? Son of, you know what I'm saying? Let me say, oh Lord, thou son of David. David is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. Jesus Christ is an Israelite from the tribe of Judah. That's who he came for, the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Because we lost right now. That's the reason why we're selling drugs to one another. That's the reason why we're getting tattoos on our faces. That's the reason why we follow white Jesus doctrine. That's the reason why we follow slave master doctrine. That's the reason why, you know what I'm saying, that we celebrate Mother's Day, Father's Day, Memorial's Day, Christmas, Halloween, 4th of July. We're doing all this stuff because we are lost. We lost. And Yahweh said, Yahweh Shai, Jesus Christ. That's what you know him about. He said, I am not sent. I'm not sent to you. I'm not sent to you. But unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's what he came here for. That's what he came for, so-called blacks and Hispanics and the American Indians. That's what he came here for. And he knows this because he said that to this woman. That's what Christ came for. He didn't come for anybody else. Whoever told you that he came for everybody else, they're a goddamn liar. They're a liar. He says it right there out of his mouth. He came for only his nation of people. That's what he came for. But a rapist told you this goddamn lie that he came for everybody. No, he haven't. He know, you know what I'm saying? He know Israel, if he follows the Lord's statute commandment, will be above all people upon the face of the earth. All nations will borrow from us. We never going to, you know what I'm saying? We'll borrow, we will lend out, but we won't borrow from them. We would be the head, all the other nations would be the tail. Everybody would be beneath if we follow the Lord's statute commandments. That's it. If we follow the Lord's statute commandments. Christ knew this because this is what he read. He had a job to do. His job is to go to the lost sheep of the house of Israel to save my brothers and sisters, save his brothers and sisters, to teach them the laws again. Teach them these laws. That's what he came here to do. He came to remind us that we are God's chosen people. He came to remind us that we are special people and we can't be conducting the ways that these heathen does. We can't be doing that anymore. Let me see here. I'm gonna go to, here we go. I'm gonna go to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 7. Let me check that out. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 7. Let's read a couple of scriptures that Christ knew about. That he knew, you know what I'm saying? That Jesus Christ knew about. We're gonna go to Proverbs chapter 19, verse 7. All right. Here we go. Proverbs 19, 7. Because this is for blacks, I'm only talking to so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians. That's all I'm talking to. Here we go. Proverbs. Let me see here. 7. See if I'm not. Oh, no. Salakia. No, Psalms. Salakia. Psalms, chapter 19, verse 7. Salakia for that. Psalms 19 and 7. Psalms 19 and 7. Okay, here we go right here. Psalms. Let me see here. Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7. And this was ignorant called Jesus Christ. This is what he's teaching because he read this in Psalms. He know about the Lord's statute commandment. He know that the Israelites is going off. The Israelites is going off, and we have to come back to the Most High God, the Most High God. And this is what he read in Psalms. It says this, Psalms chapter 19, verse 7. The Lord, the law of the Lord is perfect. Just remember, did Jesus Christ broke any laws? No, he was perfect. Now, if he's perfect, it just read right here. Because, you know what I'm saying, your Christian church, your Catholic church, your say, oh, you can't be perfect because you're a filthy bastard. Because we are lustful bastards. Oh, we can't do it. Why not? Why not fight doing it? Why not being a goddamn lustful bastard? It says it right here. It said the law, we're talking about the law, statute, commandment. The law of the Most High, of the Lord, is perfect, converting the soul. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. That's what Christ knew. That's what he was teaching to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's what since 1969, we've been teaching so-called blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians this. Following the Lord's statute commandments, because that will convert your soul. It's perfect, converting your soul. But if we want to follow everybody else's laws, this kingdom law, 2 men can marry each other. 2 men can marry each other. 2 women can marry each other. 2 women can have sex. How is that possible? How is that possible? This kingdom is a bunch of perverted. They're perverted. Now we want to have our kids that follow. Now we want to sexualize the kids, the babies. Now it's okay to walk around our kids naked. That's being perverted. Why you want to walk around your kids? We goddamn animals? We animals? We can't do this anymore, Israel. The other nations, look at them. That's what they did. And that's what we learned from. Because we slaves. Walking around your kids naked. Put some goddamn clothes on. We don't do this. That's not our culture. And I'm going to get it in the scripture. Right here. Let me see. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 7. The law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord is sure, making wise the simple. Making wise the simple. That's the testimony of the Lord. It's sure. The testimony of the Lord is sure. Which is the Lord. Where is the Lord? It's sure. Converting the soul. Making wise the simple. It's easy. It's easy. Yo, I'm not going to get tattoos because that's against the law. I'm not going to hate my brother in his heart because that's the law. I'm not allowed to. How that became so hard? I'm not going to celebrate a Christmas. I'm going to celebrate the first fruits because that's what the Lord said in Deuteronomy chapter, Leviticus chapter 23, verse 10. This was Jesus Christ was reading. He's reading out of the book of Deuteronomy. It says right here, let's go to verse 8. Verse 8. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing, the heart. The commandments of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. It says it right there. Right here. You see. It said the commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening of the eyes. That's it. How this is so hard to do? This kingdom says that it's hard. The rapist told us that we cannot do the commandments. Hence, he could rape more. The molester gave us this white Jesus doctrine, this white slave master doctrine, this American white doctrine. It says, no, you can't do the law. The rapist told us, no, you can't do the law. So I have to always rape you. I have to always molest you. I have to always brand you because you're my property. I have to do that. We can't do the laws. The laws are done away with. So I could go out and whore out all my sisters. It's all good. It's all good. My sisters could become a whore. It's all good. My sons could become a bunch of sodomites. It's all good. It's all good in this kingdom's eyes because they're a bunch of perverted bastards. But that's not according to the law, statute, commandments. Oh, it's all good. Whatever's going on in my house is, you know what I'm saying? That's my business. So you walk around your kids naked? That's all good, huh? You're disgusting. That is disgusting. And now you normalize that. Now you normalize that behavior. That's not your behavior. That's your slave master behavior. Because it says it right here, we're not allowed to do that. And I'm going to go right into the scripture. This is what Christ, this is the books that Jesus Christ was reading. He ain't came here but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's what he came for. He came for, you know what I'm saying? They came from the so-called Mexicans. They came for the Honduran. They came, the same, you know what I'm saying, the so-called African American. You know what I'm saying, the so-called Brazilians. That's what he came for. The so-called Haitians, the so-called Jamaicans, the so-called Antiguans. That's what he came for. The lost sheep of the house of Israel. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel? That's what he came for. He didn't come for everybody else. You know who told that he came for everybody? White slave master Jesus doctrine. That's what he gonna say. And we just gonna follow suit. Now we're gonna celebrate Memorial Day, Christmas, because he said so. Because he said so. 4th of July. Because he said so. Because that's your God. Whatever white Jesus, you know what I'm saying, slave master doctrine says, you're going to follow it. But you're not going to follow the true living God of this Bible. You claim you do, but you don't. But you don't. Because it says it right here in 7, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. Your soul got to get converted. That's what would do that, the law. And we have to be taught the law. We can't teach ourselves. How is that possible? Whatever I don't like, I'm just going to erase it. And the ISUPK, we are accountable on what we do. We got brothers, we got brothers that let you, you're going off, right? You can't do it that way. The Lord said so. Now we're going to normalize these disgusting behaviors because our slave master said? No. Not, you know what I'm saying? Not in the house of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Not for the 12 tribes of Israel. We're not going to do that at all. Check out, all right? Check this out right here. We ain't going to do that at all. All right? And I'm reading with Yahushua. Jesus Christ is reading. He knows this. And he had to teach it to his brothers and sisters. Same way Moses and all the other, you know what I'm saying, all the other prophets and priests have been taught the 12 tribes of Israel. And I'm gonna go in the scriptures. Let's read what Christ says about the law. We're gonna go into, you know what I'm saying? We're gonna go into, let's go to Matthew's chapter 11. What is that? Matthew's 10 and 17. 5 and 17. Let's go to Matthew's chapter, the book of Matthew's 5 and 17, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about what Yahushua is talking about. Let me see here. Oh, here we go, right here. This is for your Christian church, the Catholic Church, any church that's talking about the laws are done away with. Where can you find the laws? Right here in the Old Testament. That's what Christ was talking about. He's not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Those are the only people he's looking for, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, the 12 tribes of Israel. He read Deuteronomy. He read that, Deuteronomy 7 and 6. He read Proverbs. He read Psalms chapter 19, verse 7 through 9. He read this. And the same hard-headedness that we're doing today, we was doing it back then. And he had to tell his brothers and sisters the same thing. This is Christ. This is Jesus Christ talking. And he said, think not, I am come to destroy the law, all the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. He tell you, I'm not come here to destroy the law, all the prophets. I ain't coming to do it, but to fulfill. What are you fulfilling? To be the example to the 12 tribes of Israel that we could keep the law, statute, commandments, and that we could change. Because he knew in Psalms chapter 19, verse 7, the law of the Lord is perfect, converting the soul. He knew that. So think not. He said, don't think about this. Christian church, your local church, so-called Black and Hispanics and Native American Indians, this is what Christ said, Jesus Christ. He said, think not. I come to destroy the law. He ain't come to destroy no goddamn law. He ain't come to destroy no law. All the prophets. He ain't come to destroy Moses, Zechariah, Obadiah, Jeremiah, Nehemiah, Amos. He ain't come to destroy none of it. None of those brothers. He said, I ain't come to destroy all the prophets. I am not come to destroy, but to fulfill. That's what he came to fulfill, to be the example to his brothers and sisters. Let's go to 18. For verily, what do that mean? For truly, I said unto you, unto who? The 12 tribes of Israel. Nobody else. He only talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. He talking to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Until heaven and earth pass, until heaven and earth pass, until heaven and earth pass. You look up in the sky, you still see the moons, the stars, clouds. Look up, the heavens. Earth, we walking on earth all day. We getting oppressed on the earth all day. We getting shot down. We getting killed, drugs, abortion on the earth all day. He said, true. He said, really. He said, for truly I say unto you, Israel, until heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle, cross the T's and dot the I's, in any little thing, that's what it means, jot or tittle, shall in no wise pass from the law until, till all be fulfilled. Is all being fulfilled right now? We still on earth. We still look up in the sky. Not one jot, one tittle would in no wise pass from the Lord to all be fulfilled. Where's all? It's Christ. It's Jesus Christ on earth right now ruling. Huh? Is Jesus Christ on the earth ruling right now? No. All is not fulfilled. But he did away with the law. He never went to the cross. He just said, not one jot, not one tittle will pass over, all be fulfilled. All. All mean what? Because he knew people, you know what I'm saying? He knew, our so-called leaders would talk like this. Because back then, they were saying the same thing. Did you come and do the way? No, I ain't come to do away with the law. This was Christ. I came to, you know what I'm saying? I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel to let you know I ain't come to destroy the law or the prophet. I ain't come to destroy, but to fulfill. I'm sure you have to be the example to my brothers and sisters. Right here. And then that's what I'm saying, until all be fulfilled. Come on, let's bring up one of these other. Let's bring up another law, because you know what I'm saying. Because right now you got, you know what I'm saying. Our people don't know that we are Israelites. They are Israelites. Our people don't know that this is in the Bible, that we're not allowed to do so. The same thing I just brought it out in Leviticus about tattoos. We're not allowed to get tattoos. We're a holy people. You know what I mean? We're a strong nation. We God's chosen people. And we're gonna go to Leviticus. Let me see here. Let's go. And this is for this for the brothers and sisters who's walking around. You know what I'm saying, with no clothes on. We're not allowed to see each other like this. We're not allowed to do that. We're not. You know what I'm saying. We're not this nation. We're another nation. We're the nation of Israel. We are God's chosen people. We are God's holy people. We got the law, statute, commandments. And our law, statute, commandments, in our Constitution, we're not allowed to walk around with no shirt on. We're not allowed to do this. Men and women, we're not allowed to do so. And it says it right here in the law, in Leviticus. We're going to go to, let me see here. We're going to go to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. Because we try to normalize this goddamn behavior. It's filthy. It's filthy behavior. Pervertedness, and we don't realize that because we normalize helplessness. We normalized it. Now do you see? Now you're going around. Every last female rapper is looking like a bunch of whores and acting like whores, and it's okay to speak. You know what I'm saying? Speak all nasty and perverted around children. We became goddamn animals like these other nations, like our rapists. Our rapists. It's teaching us these morals, this moral compass. Huh? You want your little baby daughter to be twerking on cars, right? Don't you learned that, huh? We started to try to normalize that behavior. Hell no, that's not normal. That's not good. You're doing whorish. You're the daughter of Zion. We're not allowed to do so because we have a higher standard. We God's chosen. We got laws against this. That's the reason why it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. And but you know what I'm saying? But Israel, you know what I'm saying? Israel loved to be hard-headed and stiff-necked. We want to follow suit. We want to do everything with our slave masters. We want to do everything that the rapists want to do. We want to do everything that a perverted, disgusting bastard that would do. We want to do everything that somebody don't have no morals, no guidelines, no moral compass of anything. Anything goes. Anything goes. You want that behavior. Sooner or later, your 10-year-old gonna start sleeping with a 25-year-old. That's gonna be normal behavior because this is what they're pushing on our children. Anybody who's pushing that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna call it out. Anybody who's pushing all these type of sexual deviant behavior, don't have no control over your goddamn self towards children and saying that's the norm, you want to do something to those children. I'm gonna call it. You want to do something to those children because you're a lustful bastard and you're weak. And you're weak and try to sexualize children. Where's your moral compass? Huh? That's your moral compass. You want to sexualize little children, huh? Because you've been molested? It's not your fault. It's the molested fault. And you learn that behavior from the molester. That's what I was saying. Why Jesus came from a molester. Slave doctrine came from a rapist. And he set himself up like he came for everybody. I got to believe you. You're a rapist. You raped my kids. You raped my son, my daughter, my grandfather. Now you got us walking around like we have naked. We naked. That's the rapist doctrine. That's the molesters doctrine. That's not the Most High God doctrine. That's not, you know what I'm saying? That's not the Israelites doctrine. That is not Black and Hispanics and Native American Indians who are the 12 tribes of Israel. That's not our doctrine. This is our doctrine. We're not allowed to walk around our kids naked. We're not allowed to walk around anybody naked. And it says right here in our laws. Same thing what Jesus Christ said. I ain't come to destroy the law or the prophets. I ain't come to destroy but to fulfill. Really? You know what I mean? If anybody teach us, truly, if anybody teach us these laws, he ain't come to destroy but to fulfill. Let me see here. We're gonna go to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. 18 and 6. Here we go right here. It says Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. This is when you try to normalize walking around your house naked around your babies. Walking and normalizing being naked in front of kids. Put on some clothes. You can't wait, you can't do 2 seconds to throw something on. Then you go out to the bathroom or someplace. Having a conversation, walking into the bathroom when somebody's using the bathroom, and having a conversation with your siblings while somebody's on the toilet and somebody's doing their hair. That's normal? No, we don't do that. Not in Israel. We have to be retaught again. And Yahushua was our teacher. Jesus Christ was our teacher. This is the law that he read. He read this. Yeah, Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. Let me start this. I'm going to start it. Let me see. Let's start from 4. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 4. Ye shall do my judgment and keep my ordinance to walk therein. I am the Lord your God. This is, you know what I'm saying? This is our God speaking to Moses, giving us the law, statutes, and commandments. You see here in verse 5. Ye shall therefore keep my statutes and my judgment, in which if a man do, he shall live. And them, I am the Lord. He's telling you, if you do the Lord's statute commandments, we should live. Israel should live because we are a chosen people. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. And this is right here. This is going to, don't walk around your kids. It says it right here. We're not allowed. So-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native American Indians is not allowed to walk around exposing ourselves. Men, we're not supposed to walk around with tank tops on and working out and showing our body to everybody in the world. We're not allowed to do that. Women, we're not allowed, you know what I'm saying? Women is not allowed to walk around exposing their cleavage to everybody. Cover up. We are holy people. We don't do that. And it's in our laws. It's in our laws. I'm going to read that right here. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. None of you shall approach. Now, what do approach mean? It said in Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6. None of you shall approach. What do approach mean? If anybody in the chat can answer that question. Anybody in the chat can answer that question. Go to Leviticus chapter 18, verse 6, and read, none of you shall approach. Now, who is the you? None of you. This is Moses talking to his brothers and sisters. He's talking to the 12 tribes of Israel. Not everybody. He's talking to the 12 tribes of Israel, who are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. He's talking to his brothers and sisters. And understand, this is our law. This is our law. Don't do what them other people doing. This is what we do. They do that over there. We don't do that over here because we are holy people. We are Kodash Nation. It says right here. If anybody on the chat, what do approach mean? Approach. A-P-P-R-O-A-C-H. Approach. What do approach mean? I'll give you a couple of minutes. Just lock in and check. Okay, let me see. Salakia, sir. I understand it is this was. Yeah. Okay, I don't see no questions. All right, I don't see no questions. So, you know what I'm saying? All right, my partner Zah, yo, that's he was right about that. You know, he was right about that. The woman that Howard Shaw was talking to, yes, that was an Edomite woman, so-called European, looking at the person. Not really looking at the person, not really. But for time's sake, you know, and the water for that, for answering that, but it says right here, it says coming near or nearer. Someone or something. So you come near, you know what I'm saying? It's not really looking, but you come nearer. You know what I'm saying? Nearer or probably you could say looking, but it say coming near or nearer. Someone to someone or something. So you're getting close to someone or somebody who's close to you. So it says it right here. Or somebody who's close to you, a family member. That's what we're talking about. It says, none of you, who is you, Israel, shall approach, shall not come near to any that is near of kin. This is your family member right here. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indian. Near of kin, kinfolk. To a near of kin to him. To uncover their nakedness. I am the Lord. I am the Lord. It says it right here. We're going to read 6 again. None of you Israelites shall approach, shall get nearer to any that is near of kin, your family member, to him, to uncover their nakedness. I am the Most High God. I am the Lord. I am the Lord. Verse 7. This is what Christ read. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Did you hear that? Leviticus. We read about the commandments, the law. We are holy people. We're not allowed to do what these other nations is doing. We're not allowed to put on the philosophy of these other nations. We're not allowed to do it because we are holy people. And it says it right here. We're not allowed, you know what I'm saying? We're not allowed to walk around, you know what I'm saying, the public naked or showing our cleavage or showing our chest. We're not allowed to do that. That's nakedness. It says it right here. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. Mothers and fathers and mothers, you should not walk around your children naked in your house. Put on some goddamn clothes. We're not animals. We're not animals. We're not animals. Stop taking on the philosophy of our oppressor. You know what I'm saying? Stop taking on the philosophy of the rapist said that you can walk around your kids naked. The molester said that you can walk around your kids naked. Our slave master said that you can walk around your kids naked. Our slave master said, you know what I'm saying, your son could become your daughter and your daughter could become your son. Our slave master said that your father could become your mother and your mother could become your father. That's what our slave master said. That's normal. That's normal behavior. Huh? Whatever floats your boat, whatever gets you off, whatever makes you come, huh? Israel, we cannot be a bunch of weak bastards, lustful bastards. We know that is wrong. We know that stuff is wrong. If you don't know, now we know. That's the law. But who told you that the laws are done away with? The slave master. Who told you that the laws are done away with? The molester. Who told you that the laws are done away with? You know what I'm saying? The snow roaches, the shaved monkeys, and all, you know what I'm saying? And the rest of our brothers and sisters that's lost in the source are going to follow suit because we learn helplessness. Get along to go along. Get along to go along. That's their business. Let them walk around, you know what I'm saying? Let them walk around naked around their goddamn babies like a bunch of goddamn animals. They are animals. We're not. We God's chosen people. I'm going to read this again. Mothers and fathers, don't do this. Stop doing this. Because the Most High God said so. This is for the 12 tribes of Israel. That's all the people I'm talking to. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. She is thy mother. She is thy mother. And thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Don't walk around your kids butt ass naked. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. You're disgusting. You're not a goddamn animal. We're not animals. Put some clothes on. You got a whole closet filled with clothes. Whole goddamn 9 closets in the house filled with clothes, mothers. Fathers also. Put some clothes on. What's wrong with that? You don't go out to your job with no goddamn clothes on. But you only walk around the babies that way, huh? We sick. We don't realize that. They normalize this disgusting behavior so normal. I mean, so violently that we got naked babies on boxes, naked babies on pamper boxes. Oh, that's cute. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. There's a baby that's naked on a goddamn box. Who signed off on that? You say, oh yeah, you know what? Put a naked baby on the box and sell Pampers. That's choosing. That's child pornography. Those is naked babies on the box. Who said naked babies is beautiful? Our slave master. Naked angels. The naked, you know what I'm saying? The naked baby with wings. You know what I'm saying? Cupid, another naked baby. That's pervertedness. Child pornography. Porno. That's that industry. There's no guidelines over there. Anything goes. But right here in this house, in this book, for the lordship of the house of Israel, we're not allowed to do so. I'm gonna read that again. Leviticus chapter 18, verse 7. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother thou shalt not uncover. She is thy mother. That's your mother. Thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. That's what it says. The nakedness of thy father's wife shall not uncover. It is thy father's nakedness. Come on. That's your parent. It's okay for the parents to see each other naked, but not walk around the babies. Because they sleep together. They see each other nakedness. That's in their private room. When they come out the room, they are decently and in order. That's disgusting. That's very disgusting. And this is what Jesus Christ, this is what he read. Think not, I come here to destroy the law or the prophet. I ain't come to destroy, but to fulfill. That's what he did. He came here but to fulfill. Really, I tell you, not one jot, one tittle will all pass from the law for all be fulfilled. That's what he says. Is he still on this earth? No, he's not. No, he's not. He's not on this earth. He came from the lordship of the house of Israel. That's what he came for. That's what he came here for. He ain't came here for nobody else. But you know what I'm saying? Our slave master wanted us to believe that. Our slave master wanted us to believe that. We're not allowed to do these things what our slave master does. All right? We're not allowed to do all his holidays. We're not allowed to do that because we are Israelites. We are holy people. We have laws against things like this. We have laws against it. Let's read another one with you know what I'm saying, what Jesus Christ had been reading in the Old Testament. Let's read another one. Because this is what he was teaching. This is what he's teaching to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. He's talking to his people. Oh, matter of fact, before I go there, let's pull up another account who Christ came for. Let's pull up another account who Christ came for. Everybody go to the Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Because we talking about our king. The example of that we could keep the law, statutes, commandments. If I'm not mistaken. Matthew 1 and 21, let me check. No, we're going to go Salakia. What is that? What is that? If I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. See the Matthews. Yeah, here we go. Yep. Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. This is in the book of Matthew right here. The person that was rolling with Christ, Jesus Christ. He's writing about his life and what Christ was doing and who he came for. And let's read it right here, because Christ didn't come for everybody. Guess who told us that? The rapist. Guess who told us that? The molester. Guess who told us that it's okay that we could walk around our family members, our siblings naked. Let's read this right here. Matthew chapter 20, verse 21. And she shall bring forth a son, and thy son shall call his name Jesus, for he shall save his people from their sins. Do you hear that, Blacks, Hispanics, and American Indians? All right, write that down. Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Matthew chapter 1, verse 21. Right here. I'm going to break it down line by line. And she shall bring forth. Who is she? Mary. Christ's mom. The son of Joseph. The son of Joseph. And she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Jesus. Thou shalt call his name Jesus. For he shall save his people. That's a possessive. That's a possessive. His people, his kinfolk, his brethren. He shall save his people. He didn't say everybody. It says his people. His people. For he shall save his people from their sins. From their sins. From his people's sins. Christ was the example that to teach us not to sin no more. He came here to save us from our sin, to die for us. He didn't come to die for nobody. He came here to die for, you know what I'm saying, the lost sheep of the house of Israel, who are the 12 tribes of Israel, who are so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. That's who he came here to die for, and save us from our sins. Right there. He didn't come for everybody. He didn't come for everybody at all. And this is the sin right here, because he read this. We're going to go to Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Let's go to the book when Christ was reading out of, when he knew all of this. He knew this stuff. But we want to go with our oppressor. We want to follow what our oppressor do. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. We want to go with our oppressor says. All right, 3 and 31. All right. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Did you hear that, Israel? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians? It says, envy not. It says it right here. It says, envy thou not the oppressor. Who's the oppressor? White Jesus doctrine. Our slave masters, snow roaches, shaved monkeys. That's our oppressor. He telling us, yo, you better celebrate Memorial Day. Yo, you better celebrate Mother's Day, 4th of July, Christmas, Thanksgiving. Celebrate these days. Right here, talking to, this was Christ read in Proverbs. He know this history because he knew the lost sheep of the house of Israel is going off. And he read this, and this is what he had been teaching. Right here. Envy thou not the oppressor. It said, envy, you ain't supposed to envy your oppressor. Why are we envy? You know what I'm saying? Based on the history of this country, why would we envy the rapist, the colonizer, the murderer, the stealers? We want to envy them? That's the reason why we killing and robbing and stealing in our community right now. That's why we're doing it. That's why we're doing that. We want to be a perverted like the oppressor. We want to be a murderer like the oppressor. We want to be a perverted bully like the oppressor. We want to have so much pride, you know what I'm saying? And we want to be so prideful like our oppressor. He's so goddamn prideful, he set up a holiday to celebrate the day when he killed our brothers, our so-called Native American Indians. And he got us to celebrate it with him. Damn. Prideful bastard. Prideful bastard. He don't have no empathy for nobody but his own goddamn self. That's the reason why he's showing, you know what I'm saying? Our brother got choked out. Jordan Neely got choked out on the subway in front of blacks and Hispanics. No brothers helped him and killed that man right in front of all those people. Our oppressor, Snow Roach, choked out a brother. Choked him out and nobody stepped in to stop him. I mean, guess what? You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's a millionaire right now as we speak. He's a millionaire. They send him money. They put their money where their mouth was. They only care about their own. Come on. He didn't do anything wrong. He ain't do anything wrong at all. You know what I'm saying? Give him money. You know what I'm saying? This guy got to get off. That's our brother. Get him off. He just killed a Negro. That's what he did. He just killed a Negro. What's wrong with that? That's like stepping on a roach. That's like folding up a chair and putting it in the corner. He's a nobody. But the person who did the killing is a somebody. It says, envy not the oppressor. That's our oppressor. That's the Joe Bidens. That's the Donald Trumps. You know what I mean? That's your, you know what I'm saying? That's Bob at the job. That's you know what I'm saying? That's Kathy. You know what I'm saying? I work with you. That's the you know what I'm saying? That's your so-called Europeans of this nation. Reaping in the benefits of all the blood and murdering and the raping. Oh, they reap those benefits. Oh, so well. They reap it. And boldly too. With no empathy. No empathy. And we're just gonna follow suit. We're just gonna follow this selfish bastard, this perverted bully. Perverted bully. We're just gonna follow that. It says it right here. This is what Jesus Christ read. It said, envy not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. None of his ways. We ain't supposed to choose that stuff. No tattoos on your face. No branding ourselves on the arm with hot irons. No walking around, you know what I'm saying, these other nations butt-ass naked, exposing ourselves around our kids, our babies, normalizing this behavior, sexualizing the babies. No, we're holy people. We're not allowed to do so. And this was Christ came on the scene and was teaching us this. Teaching us this. And this, I'm only talking to blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. Because it's not by accident that we go out, you know what I'm saying, in our neighborhood, it's nothing but blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. It's always been like that. It's not by accident. It ain't by accident. It always was like this. And Christ came, you know what I'm saying? Christ came on the scene to show the Israelites how to come together, how to show brotherhood, how to follow these Lord's statutes, commandments, to remind us that we are special people. To remind us that we are special people. That's what Christ came on to say. To remind us of this stuff. Remind us of the Lord's statutes, commandments. To remind us, because he came here not to destroy the law. Not one jot and one tittle should now always pass from the law till all people fulfill. Until he come, we still got to follow the law, statutes, commandments. We still have to be modest and decent. We can't walk, you know what I'm saying? We cannot be whores, whoremongers, sodomites. It says it. We all know what a whore is. We all know what, you know what I'm saying, the attire of a whore. You know what I'm saying? Whore. We all know what it is. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Don't act like we don't know. We know what the attire of a whore is. Period. We know. We know that. And we know what a whoremonger is. And we know what a sodomite is. You're going to try to give a definition, you know what I'm saying? Our slave master is such a deceitful bastard. A confused, you know what I'm saying? Make everything confusing. We know what a whore is. We know what it is. And our women is not allowed to be that. And I'm gonna pull that law up. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 17. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. This is for, you know what I'm saying, my sisters and my brothers, because we're not allowed to whore out our sisters, pimping our sisters and doing all types of atrocity to them. We already damaged. We already have trauma. And we don't know how to cope with it. But coming to the ISUPK, since 1969, we've been teaching the blacks, Hispanics, and the American Indians how to cope with that trauma. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Yonkers. My telephone number is 914-396-4548. Call that number. Call that number. And if you can't reach me at the number, it's a secondary number. That is 914-557-9930. Call those numbers. Because I know that is a dark cloud over Yonkers. I know we're thinking about blowing our head off. We think we're doing so many different things. Because we've been traumatized. And we don't know how to deal with that trauma. I don't know how to deal with the trauma. I'm gonna show you one more law this is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. 12 tribes of Israel. God gave us these laws right here. God gave us these laws, not to everybody, to us. Because in the Constitution, you could be a guy, you could be a whore, but God's people, we're not allowed to be so. Not God's people. 23 and 17. Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. It says right here, there shall be no whores of the daughter of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. Right there. Right there. We're not allowed to walk around butt naked or act like whorish. Whorish, you know what I'm saying? Our women is not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? The so-called black woman, the so-called Hispanic woman, the so-called Native American woman, it's the most highest ranking woman in the world. All other nation of women, you know what I'm saying? All other nation of women is beneath them. It's beneath them. They are the standard. That's what the Most High God is saying. There's nothing better than a black woman, so-called black woman. There's nothing better than a so-called Hispanic woman. There's nothing better than a so-called, you know what I'm saying, so-called Native American. There's nothing better than that. No other woman on this earth is better than our women. Because they are the daughter of Zion. They are God's, they are God's daughters. The Most High daughters. They are royalty. That's who they are. That's who they are. That's who our women are. They are goddamn royalty. And we're not allowed to whore out our women because they're royal family. They God's chosen. Read that from the top. There shall, Deuteronomy chapter 23, verse 17. And this is my last verse. There shall be no whores of the daughter of Israel, nor sodomites of the sons of Israel. No whores of the daughter of Israel, because she is royalty. The sons of you know what I'm saying, there shall not be no sodomite. We know what a sodomite is. We know what a sodomite is. Our oppressors said people that was in an alternative lifestyle. Men that want to sleep with men, we're not allowed to do so at all. We God's chosen. We royal blood. We are royal blood. Ain't allowed to be no sodomy, and that is the law. That is the law in the Bible. We're not allowed to do so. And we will teach these other nations not to do so also. Not to do so also. And with that, I'm Priest and Officer Paratazar. You know what I'm saying? Priest and Officer Paratazar out of Yonkers, New York, holding the class down for Priest and Officer of 500 Sha'al. Lord willing, he'll be back next week for, you know what I'm saying, for the law class, but do order for him for letting me hold down the law class. And I like to say, Shalom, Yahba Shem Yashar Rakadah to the brother. You know what I'm saying? Shalom, Shema Atham Bashem Yashar to the sisters. And that's my time. Shalom, Israel. Oh, and also, I let you know, we have prison programs, we have food drive, we have counseling. You know what I mean? We have GED programs. You know, so if you want to get in contact with me, my telephone number is 914-396-4548. If you can't reach me at that number, you can call 914-557-9930. So go to IShouldBK.com, scroll down, look for the number, you know what I'm saying? Look for the number that's closer to you or close to your region. Call that number to understand that we don't have to be alone anymore. Yahweh Shah came on the scenes and looked for the lordship of the house of Israel to give us back, you know what I'm saying, back on the throne where we're supposed to be, back ahead, you know what I'm saying, above all nations upon the face of the earth. Come back to the law, statute, commandment, and show each other, you know what I'm saying, that we love one another. And we love one another and we follow the law, statute, commandments. And with that, shalom.